I used to blow dry my hair upside down for volume and wonder why it fell flat by lunchtime. Nobody told me that was the problem. If your hair has gotten thinner over the years and everything you try seems to disappear by noon, you are not doing anything wrong as a person. You are just missing 4 specific steps that actually work with thinning hair instead of against it. Today I am walking you through all 4, in order, starting with the one nearly every woman skips completely. I researched the worst styling mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50, so you get real results, fast. If you have not already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1. The shampoo mistake making your hair fall flatter. Here's something that surprised me the first time a stylist explained it. The shampoo sitting in most women's showers is actually working against thinning hair, not for it. Heavy moisturizing formulas, the kind loaded with silicones and rich conditioning agents, coat each strand in a fine film. On thick hair, you would never notice. On thinning hair, that coating is enough weight to flatten volume before you have even picked up a blow dry. I remember sitting with a client named Rosalind who told me she had tried every volumizing spray on the market and nothing worked. When I looked closer, her shampoo was the issue, a rich, sulfate-free formula marketed for aging hair that was ironically doing the opposite of what she needed. The product wasn't wrong for everyone. It was wrong for her specific hair state. So here's the fix, and it's simpler than you'd think. Switch to a lightweight, volumizing shampoo formulated specifically for fine or thinning hair, and read the label for one word: weightless. That's the term to look for. These formulas clean the scalp thoroughly, without leaving behind the silicone residue that flattens strands over the course of the day. You want something that rinses completely clean, so your hair squeaks slightly when you run your fingers through it wet. That squeak is a good sign, not a bad one on fine hair. It means there's nothing left behind to weigh things down. Pair that shampoo swap with a technique change too, because product alone won't fix this. Wash your scalp, not your ends. Most women scrub shampoo down the full length of their hair, but thinning hair actually needs the opposite treatment. Concentrate the shampoo at the roots and scalp, massage it in for a good 30 seconds to actually lift away buildup, and let the suds rinse naturally down the rest of the strand as you wash it out. Your ends get plenty clean from the runoff. You don't need to work product into them directly, and doing so just adds unnecessary weight exactly where you don't want it. Here's the part that actually changes how people see you. Once the weight is gone from your strands, your hair starts moving again. It catches light differently. It shifts when you turn your head instead of sitting there like a helmet. That movement reads as youthful in a way that has nothing to do with the color of your hair or how many wrinkles you have. It's pure physics, and it's the first thing people notice even if they can't say exactly why your hair looks different. Rosalind switched shampoos and changed her washing technique, and within 2 washes she texted me a photo from her kitchen mirror. Her hair had visible root lift for the first time in years, not because of a single volumizing product, but because there was finally nothing sitting on her strands to fight against. Before, her hair was clean but flat, weighed down by a formula that was never built for fine strands. After, the same hair, same length, same color, simply moves and lifts because the product finally matches the hair type. Nothing else changed. That's how much this one swap actually does. But here's the thing. Even with the right shampoo, if you're still applying conditioner the way you always have, you're about to undo everything you just fixed. That's exactly where we're headed next. Part 2. Where your putting conditioner is sabotaging you. If part 1 surprised you, this one might surprise you more, because conditioner is not actually the enemy of thin hair. Misplaced conditioner is. I hear this all the time. Women skip conditioner entirely because they're scared it'll weigh their hair down. And then they wonder why their ends look dry, dull, and prone to breakage. Skipping it isn't the fix. Placement is. Fine hair still needs moisture at the ends, where it's oldest, most porous, and most exposed to heat and friction over time. What it doesn't need is conditioner anywhere near the scalp, because that's exactly where excess product collapses volume fastest. The scalp already produces its own natural oils. Adding conditioner there is like adding weight to the one part of your hair that's trying hardest to stand up. So here's the exact fix. Apply conditioner starting at the midshaft, roughly the halfway point down your hair, and concentrate it heaviest at the ends. Never bring it up to the roots. If you have a fine-tooth comb habit of running product through with your fingers from root to tip, break it. Pull your fingers through starting at the ear line down, not from the crown down. This keeps every bit of moisturizing benefit exactly where your hair actually needs it, and keeps your scalp completely product-free. Leave it on for a full 2 to 3 minutes, longer than most people do. Thin hair often gets a rushed rinse because there's an instinct to get product out quickly, out of fear it'll weigh things down. But a lightweight, fine hair-specific conditioner needs that time to actually absorb into the ends rather than just coat them temporarily. Then rinse with cool water if you can stand it. Cool water helps seal the hair cuticle flat, which means each strand catches light more evenly and looks smoother without a single extra product. Here's the part that actually shows up in how you're seen. Hair with properly moisturized ends doesn't just look healthier in photos, it behaves differently day to day. It doesn't catch on scarves and collars from dryness. It doesn't fray or fly away by afternoon. And because the roots stay conditioner-free, the volume you built in part 1 stays intact instead of collapsing by mid-morning the way it used to when conditioner reached too high. I worked with a woman named Colette who had been avoiding conditioner completely for almost a year, terrified of flattening her hair. Her ends had become so dry they were catching light unevenly, giving her hair a slightly frizzy, unfinished look even right after styling. Once she moved conditioner down to the midshaft and gave it those extra 2 minutes, her ends started reflecting light smoothly again within about a week, and her volume up top never dropped, because the scalp had stayed untouched the entire time. Before, Colette's ends were dry, uneven, and slightly frizzy, no matter how she styled the rest of her hair. After, those same ends catch light smoothly, look intentionally polished, and her volume at the crown stays exactly where she built it. The swap wasn't a new product. It was 6 inches of placement. Now you've got clean, lightweight roots and smooth, moisturized ends. But there's a third mistake waiting the second you pick up a towel, and it can undo both fixes in about 90 seconds if you're not careful. Part 3. The towel habit that's thinning your hair further. This one genuinely surprised me when I first learned it, because it has nothing to do with product at all. It's about how you dry your hair after the shower, and specifically the towel itself. Most women reach for a regular bath towel and rub their hair vigorously to speed up drying time. On thick hair, that rough friction barely registers. On fine or thinning hair, that same rubbing motion causes real mechanical damage, roughing up the hair cuticle and creating breakage you don't even see happening in the moment. Fine hair strands are simply more fragile in cross-section than thick strands. Add the rough, looped texture of a standard cotton towel, plus the twisting, scrunching motion most of us use without thinking, and you're essentially sanding down already vulnerable hair every single time you dry it. Over months and years, that adds up to real, visible thinning that has nothing to do with genetics or hormones at all. It's purely mechanical damage from drying technique. The fix is a full material swap. Switch to a microfiber towel or even a soft, worn-in cotton t-shirt for drying. Both have a smoother surface than standard terry cloth, which means far less friction against each strand. Instead of rubbing, gently press and squeeze sections of your hair between the towel to absorb water, working from ends toward roots. Never twist. Never scrunch aggressively. Never rub in circles the way you might dry your hands. This takes maybe 30 extra seconds compared to your old routine, but the difference in strand integrity over time is significant. Stylists have known this for years. It's one of those quiet insider details that never makes it into mainstream hair advice, because it's not as exciting as a new product. But it's often the single biggest factor in whether fine hair holds onto its length and thickness over the years, or slowly, invisibly thins from damage nobody ever traced back to a towel. Here's the outcome that actually matters. Less friction means less breakage, and less breakage means the hair you already have stays on your head longer, and grows longer without snapping off at random lengths. That's the real reason some women's hair seems to not grow past the shoulders, no matter what they try. It's not that it stopped growing. It's breaking off at the same rate it grows, so it never seems to get anywhere. Fix the friction, and length starts to actually show up over months, not overnight but visibly. I met a woman named Diane who had been drying her hair the same rough way for probably 40 years without a second thought. She switched to a microfiber towel and the press and squeeze method, and about 4 months later she mentioned, almost as an aside, that she'd finally gotten her hair length past her shoulders again for the first time since she couldn't remember when. She hadn't done anything differently with cuts or products. She'd simply stopped sanding her hair down every single day. Before, Diane's hair broke off at the same pace it grew, leaving her stuck at the same length year after year with rough, tangled ends after every wash. After, her ends stay smooth and intact. And for the first time in years, her length is actually holding and extending past her shoulders. One towel swap. Nothing else. You've fixed how you wash it, how you condition it, and how you dry it. But there's one last step, the one that determines whether all of this actually shows up in how your hair looks by the end of the day. And it happens the moment you pick up your styling tools. Part 4. The blow-drying angle nobody explains properly. Here's the last piece, and it's the one most tutorials get completely backward: blow-drying upside down. Nearly every volumizing tutorial tells women to flip their head over and dry from underneath. And for thick hair, that can work fine. For thin or fine hair, flipping upside down actually makes strands cling together in random directions. And once you flip back up, gravity pulls everything flat again within minutes, undoing whatever lift you thought you'd created. I know this because I watched a client named Marguerite do this exact routine every single morning for years, convinced the flatness afterward meant she simply had stubborn hair. Her hair wasn't stubborn. Her technique was working against the way fine hair actually holds a shape. The actual fix is drying at the roots first, right side up, with your head upright, using a round brush lifted straight up and away from the scalp, not flipped over. Aim the dryer down the hair shaft, not against it, which keeps the cuticle smooth instead of roughed up. Focus almost all of your drying time at the root area specifically, holding sections up and away from the scalp for a few seconds at a time to let them cool slightly in that lifted position before moving to the next section. Hair actually holds the shape it cools in, not the shape it's blown in, so that brief upright pause at each root section is what locks the volume in place for hours instead of minutes. Once your roots are fully dry and set upright, move to the mid-lengths and ends only briefly, just enough to finish the drying, without redirecting all your heat and effort there the way most routines do by default. The root work is where the real transformation happens. Everything past that is just finishing touches. Here's what actually changes once you switch. The volume you create lasts through the entire day instead of collapsing by the time you've had your coffee, because you're working with the direction hair naturally grows out of the scalp instead of fighting against it. It's the difference between volume that's propped up temporarily and volume that's actually built into the root structure of each section as it dries and cools. Marguerite tried this for 1 week, drying upright instead of flipped over, and she told me the difference wasn't subtle at all. Her hair held real lift from her 9 a.m. coffee straight through to dinner, something that had never once happened in years of upside-down drying. She said it felt like her hair had finally started listening to her instead of doing whatever gravity wanted the second she stood back up. Before, Marguerite's volume collapsed within an hour of drying upside down, flat and lifeless by mid-morning no matter how much product she used. After, drying upright at the roots gives her lift that holds from morning straight through evening, using the exact same hair, same length, same everything else. The only change was the angle and the order she dried it in. Put all 4 of these together: the right shampoo, correctly placed conditioner, gentle towel drying, and upright root first blow drying, and you're not managing thin hair anymore. You're working with it, the way it was always meant to be styled. You now know exactly why your thin hair has been falling flat. And it was never about your hair being difficult. It was 4 small technique shifts hiding in plain sight, from where your shampoo lands to the angle you dry at, and now you know all 4. Try this for 1 week, and you'll see the difference before you see anyone else notice it. Which one of these 4 steps surprised you the most? The shampoo placement, the conditioner swap, the towel change, or the blow-drying angle? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. Next week I'm covering the exact haircut lengths that make thinning hair look twice as thick, so you won't want to miss it. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.